Buy low, sell high. That is what it's all about. What's going on, guys? Johnny Trades here, and today I'm going to go over my trade recap on this morning's pre-market day trading session. Now, if you're new here, I do trade usually live at market open, but lately I've been having to do it even earlier than expected. So, I'm going to give you my recap. And we've been doing a great job this week, locking in over $350 and doing good in a way where we have green, a couple major green trades, and one small baby loss. And that's exactly what it's all about. So here's the proof in the pudding. And what we're going to do is now jump over and talk a little bit about the actual trade this morning and what I thought was a great opportunity to make some money. How did I find this stock? How can you find stocks like this? And overall, hopefully give you a little bit of insight onto my trading style. So let's get into it. All that I ask is that you smash that like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So as you can see the charts here, ZNB or Zeta Network Group, we are up a significant amount today, over $181 on this single trade. And we made about that much money in literally less than 20 minutes. So what I did a good job today on was showcasing, or what I'm going to do a good job on is showcase to you my entries and my exits and exactly how we were able to make some decent money. Now, as you can see here, it says 7:22 Eastern Standard Time. So technically, in my area, it was actually 5:22 in the morning. So it was a very early morning for me. And I actually traded this on my cell phone. Yes, I use my cell phone to trade this actual position. So anyone who says that you can't trade on your phone and you need a computer is, I guess, not a very good trader, because I'm still able to do it, and I'm sure you can too. Now, coming into the morning, I did notice that there was a little bit of some market scanners. Now, if I show you my tops, I do have a secondary screen over here, but what I'll do is I'll bring this over to you guys so you can see it. And what it shows is that ZNB was actually one of the top gainers on the day. I mean, out of almost, what is this, 15 companies, this was the leading gainer on the day. Right now, it's currently up 104%, but it was up much, much higher than that when it pushed up. Now, ZNB was on the scanner. I noticed it had been up over 100%. The volume was very nice, and the free float was even better. That free float was only around 500,000 shares. Now, a lot of volatility comes from companies that have a low free float of about less than 5 to 10 million. And when it's traded multiple times, then you get a really nice relative volume. So I did notice GLTO, I noticed TMQ, ZNB, as well as a few other companies. But I really only pay attention to probably the top like 6 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's really my key focus. I know in my own trading strategy, if I start looking at too many companies at the same time, then usually it gets a little bit muddled, and I'm unable to really focus and dial in on one position. So with that said, I saw ZNB or Zeta Networks up, and it was up a pretty decent amount this morning. Now, mind you, this company started at about $1.64 this morning, or after hours. As soon as 5 a.m. hit my time, okay, 5 a.m. my time, actually, I think that would have been 3 o'clock, right? Let me verify this real quick. This is showing 4/16/08. Yeah, so that is right. Okay, so it did pop up about 5 a.m. and it started making its way up from $2 to $3 to even $4 a share, all the way up to $9. So initially from 164, this was already up about, 70%, 60 to 70% already up. And that caught my interest. I love companies that are up at least 10 or 20% at least, with a little bit of news. Now, the news this morning was very interesting because it said that there was 11 hours ago, Zeta Network Group partnership with SOLV Foundation to advance Bitcoin centric financing and staking. Okay, so they want to take a stake in Bitcoin. And we noticed that on the chart as it shows that upward momentum. Now, let's go ahead and pull up this again and showcase some of the trades. So at 522, I bought 100 shares at 324. Okay, that was my fill price, 324. I had a limit order for 327 and I got filled at 324. I bought another 100 shares about 4 minutes, about 5 minutes later at 334. Okay, so at this time, let me see if there's a better place to put this. I'll just drag it back over. So at 522, which would have been right here, I noticed a lot of green volume. MACD was open, as you can see here, very nice open MACD. Now it was oversold on the RSI, but I did like this support here above all these indicators. Now I do have a VWAP indicator, and I have a few other moving average indicators as well. And as it held, I noticed, okay, this could be a great opportunity to get in with a light position. Now 100 shares at 327 was only $327. Another additional 100 shares at 334 was about $334. So nothing too crazy. My position was about 600 bucks, and initially I sold at 7:40 or 5:40 my time. So about 15 minutes later I sold at 7:40, and that was at 360. So from 360, so I bought around here and then I sold when it initially bounced and pushed up to 360 right on this candle. I wanted to lock in some profits, and I was able to lock in a decent little amount. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was about 30 cents per share, which would, well, about 25 cents per share. On 100 would be 25, so about $50. Now I'm now up about $50 at 7:30 in the morning, or 5:30 my time. Okay, I noticed that it wasn't quite finished with this rally. Okay, I should have held on to those shares, but nonetheless, I bought some more at 7:33. I bought another 100 shares, or at 5:33, sorry, and then at 5:39 I bought another 100 shares. Okay, and this time I'm buying at 292 and 329. Okay, so this already had pushed up significantly on this candle here. Now the MACD opened up very nicely at this point, and that's when I saw an opportunity to lock in some more profits. So I did get a fill for 100 shares sell at 740 for 343, and another 100 shares at 740 for 398, which was close to $4. And this all happened very fast. I was buying and selling, and as a result, I was able to make another decent amounts of money here, from 292 to 329, selling at 343 and almost $4. It was a very nice opportunity to be able to catch that bump. Now, selling at $4, guys, was an insane move. I sold it at what is this showing? 740. Okay, so 740, which was 540, was literally on this candle right here. So I sold, bought back in, and sold again, all within just a couple of minutes. Now, I should have held longer. I really should have held longer. I should have stuck to my instinct and known that the MACD was open. But even in that tiny little candle, within those few minutes, I was able to lock in over $181. And you know what's even crazier? I didn't have a position more than 200 bucks, right? This was a $200 position or 200 share position, 200 share position. So in reality, I only used about $600 on the first trade and another $600 on the second trade and managed to make 180 bucks. So very decent. Now I did buy another one here. I think I misclicked or something. Um, or I wanted to show, I wanted to buy a share to showcase my profits here. And then I sold it immediately just because I figured it didn't really matter. And honestly, I should have bought more shares, right? I should have bought closer to, I should have held a couple more hundred shares up to $9, guys. I was buying this at $3, at $4, right? Buying it at 3, selling it at 4. Imagine selling it at 9. That 600 bucks initially could have ended up $900, and we could very easily been sitting on a $1,000 day. But hey, I don't like to beat myself up. What I want to do is showcase what I did good. And that is what I did good on that one candle right here is where I made all of my money and it pushed all the way up. So, what I need to do better is hold my winner longer. But hey, there's always tomorrow for that. So that is a recap on that specific trade. Now, we could get into CRML if you want me to do a recap on that one and how I made over $212 yesterday, okay? Then I can do a recap on that. I know I'm kind of slacking on my recap videos, slacking on a few things, but I want to get the point across that you can also do this too. It's all about finding that company that has news, it has volume, it has a low market, a low free float, and you're using your money to make you more money. You're buying low, you're selling high, and that's the whole theme of this video today. Now, I hope you enjoyed. I can go into a lot more detail, but I didn't realize we're already at 12 minutes. If you found this informative, you watched until the end, and you're curious on how to do exactly this, or you just like my trading style, then definitely consider subscribing to the channel, smashing that like button, and we'll see you all in tomorrow morning's live day trading session at pre-market. It's early. Can you get up? We'll see. But I guarantee you I'll be live and you can join and watch 100% free. So thanks for watching and we'll talk to you all later.